I suck at naming things. So this is the butter garlic cream sauce chicken meal. It needs a better name. I will have to come up with something for the thumbnail, because if I don't give it a good name, you won't know to click on it. But you're here, so I must have come up with a good name by then. So good for me. And good for you, because you're going to want to see this. This is amazing. It takes like half an hour to make this amazing sauce and this whole thing. This is so much easier than so many other things. This is incredible. Your family's going to love you, and you're going to want to see how to do this. So let's get started. Let's go. So let's get started by preparing the chicken. Now, these are chicken thighs. You can use legs and thighs, or just legs if you want. I would probably stay away from chicken breast because it's a little drier and a little harder to cook. The great thing about thighs is they stay moist and wonderful and all that. So we're just trimming off any excess skin, putting a little salt and pepper on them, and they're ready to go into the frying pan to sear them off. Now, they're going to go skin side down for about 5 minutes in a fairly hot pan with some oil in it. Just chuck them in there. We've also got the oven preheating at 350 because when these come out of the pan, they're going to go into the oven. You can see the Pyrex pan in the background there. Now, these have been in about 5 minutes or so, and we're going to see, yep, we got a little browning on there, nice little crust on the chicken. Looks kind of nice. That one's being a pain in the butt. It doesn't want to stay. But yeah, just flip these over, and remember, always flip away from you, so if there's any grease, it doesn't fly at you. You only need to have that happen once. All right, so after another 5 minutes on the meat side down, they're ready to go in the oven. Just pull them out of your pan, and we will get ready to start making our sauce, but we don't need to make the sauce quite yet, because these are going to take about 20 minutes in the oven. At this point, we've cooked them almost 10 minutes, another 20 minutes. We'll get them pretty close, but we're going to finish them back in the pan. So as we get close to being done with the chicken in there, we've got about 5 minutes left on it in the oven. We're going to melt off some butter in the pan. Now, I've drained a lot of the original grease in there, but I didn't scrape the pan out. We put 3 tablespoons of butter in. We got our garlic going in right now. I've got, these are little itty bitty cloves, but realistically about 3 cloves of garlic minced up should ought to do it. These are a few sprigs of thyme going in here. It adds a nice flavor when you cook this off. Now we got a couple tablespoons of flour going in. Normally you would use equal flour and butter, but I have 1 extra tablespoon of butter in this because it's a buttery, creamy, garlicky sauce. So a little extra butter at this point, so it's not going to come together quite like sand, like you would see with a normal roux. But it'll still work and thicken up our liquids, which will come as soon as this starts to get just a little bit of color to it. You'll cook the flour until it just goes from a light color to a little tan color. And in goes our 3/4 cup of white wine. I'm using a Chardonnay here, but you can use anything you really want as long as it's a wine you would drink. Then you should cook with it. You got 3/4 cup of chicken stock. Again, use the chicken stock you would consider drinking, because don't drink chicken stock. You know, you're better than that. Come on. All right, so mix this around, break up the roux, add a little bit of salt and pepper. We want to make sure that we get any lumps out of the roux. It tends to be a little lumpy when it first goes in. You can see the bits of garlic floating up. You can see the bits from the chicken because we didn't scrape the pan out. So all that flavor is in there. Now we add our 1/2 cup of heavy cream and reduce the heat down to a low at this point, low, medium, lowish. We just want to simmer it a little, and you have your thyme that's still sitting there. You can pull it out or you can leave it in. I had a bunch of stuff going on at that moment, so I figured, it's not going to hurt anybody. But it's already given up all of its wonderful flavor, so if you want to pull it out of there, feel free to do so. Now, we're going to get our chicken, and we're going to add that back to this in 2 seconds, and that's just going to finish off in this for about 7 or 8 minutes We're going to put the lid on it and just let it simmer over a very low heat. You don't want to burn the cream. You don't want to burn this at this point. Cream's kind of sensitive to heat, so just a low heat with a lid on it, and that will finish the chicken off and be delicious. Now, when you pull this out of the oven, your pan is going to have that little bit of drippings from the chicken. You don't want to lose that because every little bit is flavor. So you spend a lot of time building flavor. Don't throw it down the sink. Don't throw it down the drain. That's gross. Why would you do that? All right. So after 7 or 8 minutes, this is done. You've got the gravy. You've got everything. It's perfect. All we got to do is plate it up and eat it. I can't wait. As you can see, we're finished. That was pretty quick. It was pretty easy. And it's pretty dang delicious. This sauce is incredible. It's not sweet. It has a little tartness. The wine adds a wonderful thing to it. And the cream and the butter and the garlic. And oh, man. It's just like this amazing, perfect gravy sauce, creamy bit of and it's slippery too. And it doesn't take forever, as you saw. This thing's done in half an hour, so it's not an all-day deal. We brought the chicken up to 165 internal temperature. That's important. Anything up to about 180 is great. Great thing about thighs is there is enough moisture in there and enough fat and everything else that you don't have to worry about them drying out. So they are perfect. Now, you want to get some of this gravy too, because, oh, the gravy. Oh, this is the stuff right here. This is the butter garlic cream gravy with wine and who doesn't love this? Come on. This is amazing. So we're just going to put this in. Da, 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 there you go. It's eating time. And the potatoes, I'm doing a separate video for these. You are going to want to see how to make these potatoes because these things are amazing and they go perfect with this because it's a butter, garlic, Parmesan roasted potato. That's kind of a similar flavor sort of thing. And they're amazing and they're incredible. So watch for that video. Should be coming out pretty quick. Other than that, we have ourselves an amazing butter garlic cream chicken meal thing. As I said before, I'm not great at naming things. So if you have a better name for this in the comments, please let me know. It does not really hold true to many of the French mother sauces, so it's kind of cheating, which I like because it's easier. I didn't spend all day. And hopefully you liked the video. And if you did, there's that thumb thingy over there. Just saying. It's awesome. But yeah, we'll get working on the next video and the next meal, and we'll see you on that one. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.